has such a great vision for all of us and really lead and direct us all, our Congressman, André Carson. Congressman Carson.
All right. Hey, Hoosiers! Hey, oh man, I think I'm going, woo! I'm ready for a party, you hear me? I'll tell you what, it's good to be back on the south side in Garfield Park. I was here yesterday, but back in the day I used to cut class at Manual and never mind. Never mind, there was another Andre, never mind. So good to be here, Hoosiers. I gotta tell you, we're living in a time where people want authenticity from their candidates. We're living in a time where the Republican Party has lost their rabbit mind. Can you believe that our friends on the other side are talking about taking over the State House? How ridiculous is that? Can you believe that our friends on the other side are talking about taking over the U.S. House of Representatives? Are we going to allow that? They're foolish enough to think they're going to have the prosecutor's office. Courage the man. You know, law enforcement is representing well today. We have a sheriff running for sheriff. We got a sheriff running for state senate. And we have Batman, the Dark Knight. This summer, coming to a theater near you, another sheriff who's our next U.S. Senator, Brad Ellsworth. I tell you, a guy that handsome, I think when he leaves here, he goes into the phone booth and puts on a cape. You know what I mean? He's my kind of guy. But I'm going to tell you right now, you have a lot to be proud of. Let's not go to sleep this year, friends. Already, President Obama's legacy is sealed if he stopped today. A president is only as influential as his or her Congress. Look what we've done. We passed financial regulatory reform. We pushed back Wall Street fat cats. The American Recovery and Reinvestment Act, known as the stimulus, has put Hoosiers to work and has helped boost our economy up. And last but not least, we finally passed health care reform. Give it up. We're moving this economy forward. FYI, public service announcement Wednesday. You don't want to miss it. August the 25th at 9 a.m. Congressman Carson presents the job fair at IUPUI. Just a plug. We're bringing jobs back. At this time, I want to bring on a man. He's here with his lovely wife. But I want to bring on a man who has true integrity. He's a fellow peace officer. He helped with my campaign. He's currently a congressman from Southern Indiana. But he's a visionary. He's a straight shooter. Not only does he have looks, on a scale of 1 to 10, he's an 11. I have to keep my campaign staff away from him because I don't want his wife pulling out a knife. They said if he's in a parade, you just take off his shirt and just walk, he'll win. I said no, that's inappropriate. But we have a man who has true integrity. We have a man who I think will push back on a lobbyist like Dan Coates. We have a man who not only will represent us well in the Senate, but he'll set a precedent for others to follow. I don't need to introduce him. You already know who he is. He's shining in the background. He's your senator. He's my senator. He's our senator. Give it up for U.S. Senator Brad Ellsworth!
Andre. This could be a letdown after that. They said don't follow young kids, don't follow an animal act, and sure, don't follow André Carson. Thanks everybody, it's great to be here. I'm glad that so many of you we've met before, so many of you today I'll meet for the first time. But I think we all know as Hoosiers what's in our heart and what's in our minds. It's about doing what's right for people. Let me just tell you something. I served with Julia Carson, Andre's grandmother, for a couple of years. I'm not sure we could recreate her and him, but it doesn't fall far from the tree. That's for sure. Andre stepped right in, came to Washington, D.C. You should see him. I get to sit in the back and watch him. He works in that chamber back and forth, working hard every day for people back here in Indiana, people in his district. And that's what it's all about. That's really what it's all about, is people that we send people to Washington, D.C. or to Indianapolis, to all these elected, the sheriff's office, the township trustees, people that put others before themselves. It's not about us. It's about you and the people that represent you. We have, Ed, I appreciate what you did. We're going to win these races because if Ed Tracy can order the humidity level down in Indiana, we can turn out some votes. And we can watch all the TV and we can watch the pundits on both say how it's going to be a bad year and it's depressing and we should be we have absolutely nothing to be embarrassed about or down about. When I ran for Congress in 2006, a short 3.5 years ago, I can remember what they called it. They called it the Do Nothing Congress. Well, I can guarantee you, they aren't calling Congress Do Nothing right now. Now there's people that say we've done too much. There's people that say we've done the wrong things. Like Andre said, we've moved the ball forward. We've done some fantastic things at work, and history will judge us that we were on the right side of these decisions we made to move our country forward, and I'm proud of that. And if people don't agree with that, maybe it will be their kids and grandkids that look back and thank us someday on so many things and initiatives we've done before. Now, as I said in my opening remarks, there's many people under this tent today that have not met me yet, and I apologize for that. In February, late February, when my little BlackBerry started buzzing and there was a rumor going around that Senator Bai was not going to run again, we all started laughing. I'm sure you did too. He had a little bit of money in the bank. He'd scheduled his commercials. We thought he was running again. And then about an hour and a half later, he said he had a news conference scheduled. Then we started to worry a little bit. And about an hour after that, Senator Bai called me and said, I've decided not to run. I think you're the person that needs to run in this place. What an honor, what a privilege. I think we need to thank Senator Evan Bai for his service to this state and this country. I think he'll be missed. We may not have seen the last of him in public service yet, who knows. But when the challenges come in, these races, these sending people to Washington or Indianapolis are too important to just let go and just give away. And that's why we vacated our run for Congress and why we stepped up and run for Senate. We know it's going to be tough. We know that we aren't naive to think that when you're the 8th District Congressman that everybody in the state knows who you are. I know better than that. And that's why you've seen the commercials. And that's why we've been taking my phone calls and we've been asking for your help. But I'll make you this pledge today. If we work together for the next 8 weeks, the next 2 months, that you'll get to know me over the next 6 years of your next U.S. Senator. Because my home, that house I have is down in Evansville. My home is in Indiana. This is where I live. This is where I'll retire. And I'm the only one in the race can say that. Because there is no better place to live than right in our Hoosier heartland, the state of Indiana. I look forward to serving you as your next United States Senator. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Brad. Really, great job.